Let me know. Do you guys see it?
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back. This is Sports Buds TV. Today's October 11th, and there's a whole lot going on in sports, and we're live. We got the fellas. What's up, Fred?
Yo, what up, homies?
What up, Brody? And we got the man JKZ. What's up, Jay?
What up, guys? Great to be here today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, guys? So, like I said, a whole lot going on in sports. Let's get into it. Let's kick off where we always do, like we always do. NFL.
NFL is king. Let's go.
There you go. NFL is king. And let's go ahead and recap week 5 in the NFL. And we'll go ahead and start things off with Thursday night. We saw the Bears taking on the Commanders. And this was interesting. I mean, I'll be honest. I had the Commanders, winning that game. Boy, was I wrong. Justin Fields came out, had the 4 big tutties. DJ Moore, talk about, coming out. He had 3 big tutties, 230 yards. Insane in fantasy football, right? But, yeah, man, I was wrong. And, I'm glad that I was wrong on that one. It's good for the Bears to have some sort of success on offense, What do you think, Fred?
Yeah, dude. You know what? Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, if they needed a bounce back game, this one was it. You know what I mean? And especially against the Commanders, man. I mean, the Commanders, they know that their offense, it's going to have some growing pains, dude. They have a rookie quarterback in Howell, dude. They have Eric Bieniemy as their first-year offensive coordinator, so it's going to take some rhythm, but they didn't expect their defense to be this bad, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, these guys are on a record-setting pace, dude, for points allowed, so that's not good when you have, people, that defensive line they have, with guys like Chase, but
yeah.
I think Riverboat Ron will get it together, bro, but, somehow it needs to get some protection on the line, dude. I mean, this guy, he was running all over the field, man. He was seeing ghosts, so until they get that fixed, I don't think the Commanders are going to make any kind of noise this year in the East, but hey, I'm glad Chicago's, making their first win, and Justin Fields, man, he's a man.
No, for sure. What do you think, Jay, about this matchup? The Bears taking on the Commanders Thursday night.
It was a perfect start to the week of the NFL. I thought, it really shows that, any given Sunday, anything can happen. I mean, people wrote off the Bears. They were writing off Justin Fields, this whole team and stuff like, Fields can't throw, Fields can't do this. He's not a quarterback. Are they going to be bad and try to get Caleb Williams? And I feel like, he kind of shut it all up. I feel like he's the big winner of this whole game. Like Justin Fields was, and in that case, the big loser was Ron Rivera. I mean, he's on the hot seat for sure. If he's not the first coach fired this year, I'd be shocked. It's just not working there. And I feel bad. He's a great guy, but I mean, unfortunately, there's expectations, even in a hard division like they're in. There's expectations, and they're coming with new ownership and stuff coming in there. Like, I feel like he took a loss. He took the L for sure.
Yeah, man. And just before we move on from this one, what about that? Was it more with how many points was it, man? In fantasy football on Thursday night.
49 points.
That was insane, man. That was insane. But we'll keep it moving. Next up, I've got the Jaguars at the Bills. And, man, boy, was I wrong on this one. I had the Bills winning, and we saw the Jaguars come out there, pull up the upset. This is the London game, right? So the Jaguars had been in there a week prior, had stayed over, and the Bills were just making their way up there across the pond. But yeah, man, we had ATN with 2 big tutties. Trevor Lawrence keeping it steady with 315 yards passing. So, definitely a good showing for them, and hats off to them for proving me wrong, man, again.
Yeah. You know what, dude? It was a great game for the Jags, back-to-back wins in London. We should keep them over there, dude.
Right, yeah.
But, the Bills started off really slow, surprisingly, dude. These guys are a top offense, man. By the time they got the ball rolling, they were already like multiple touchdowns behind, man. So, their defense, I mean, they're without 5 starters, man. And all pro linebackers gone. Trey's gone with the Achilles, dude. So that's going to hurt your defense for sure, dude. And, they try to make the comeback at the end. It just wasn't enough, man. Etienne, came through with those touchdowns late,
Yeah.
and just sealed that win for the Jags.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely helped pull up the upset there. What do you think, Jay, about this one?
It's too early in the morning for me, to be honest. But besides that, of course,
No doubt.
it's a great win for Jacksonville. The Jags are just a team that's looking really good right now. They're coming
Sure.
back there. The offense is starting to click. There was a lot of expectations at the beginning of the year, but they're starting to look good. And I mean, I don't know what's up with the Bills. I saw something that they left late in the week to go to the game and stuff. Like they look tired and everything. That's just
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
crazy. You gotta do better for your team if you're gonna be doing that. You can't just be giving up losses in the NFL. Every game matters, and hopefully this is something that costs them home field maybe or something. That would be really disappointing.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. Definitely didn't help their case. And also, quickly before we move on, fantasy football wise, I have Christian Kirk on the Jaguars squad. So you better believe I'm up at whatever time that game was in London, man, ready to watch it out here in the States. So yeah, I was ready for that, man. Anything else before we move on from the rest of you?
Check out this stat. Josh Allen was held to a season low 23 yards in the first quarter. He ended up with 359 for the game.
Is that bad? It ain't good.
Good, bro. I mean, he just started off too late, man. And you can't win many games, and you have 5 starters on defense injured. So.
No doubt.
I think the Bills are still going to be a contender, man. They have a good coach. They're just gonna next man up. That's how it is in this NFL business.
Yeah. What do we have next, Fred? What was the next matchup we have here?
You know what? We have the Texans playing the Falcons. The Falcons take a win, 21-19. The Falcons a much needed win. I was giving up on Ritter, to be honest with you, man. But he came through in this game. It was like his breakout game. Drake London had a great game. Pitts had a great game. Robinson had a great game. I mean, this guy has weapons, man. You know what I'm saying? They weren't able to get it together. So it's a great win for the Falcons, man. Especially in that division, bro. I mean, it's still up for grabs.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And man, the Texans, it seem like they're on this road, on this roll that they're going on. Their rookie QB Stroud, right? And just when they're feeling like, hey, we're going to steal another one. Here come the Falcons with 2 touchdowns right in the fourth quarter to, take that lead and go ahead. Yeah, man. They just didn't have enough. I feel like they ran out there. The Falcons, all those weapons, they showed up. Robinson doing Robinson things. It looks like he's playing basketball sometimes, with his moves out there. But, I
mean, this guy's looking like the rookie of the year so far, man.
Yeah. And between him and Puka over there on the West Coast. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. We'll leave that be. What do you think? What do you think, Jay, about this matchup?
What do you think about the Texans rookie quarterback, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he's going to be a problem. Yeah. He got a lot of hate. CJ did not get the love like all the other quarterbacks were getting pre-draft process. There was all the talks about his Wonderlic scores and stuff, like how he'd be like pretty much saying if he's smart enough to read things quickly and think on his feet quickly and all stuff. And he hasn't thrown a pick yet, to start his career. He's throwing it a lot. He's saying records. Like I think I'm rooting for the guy. I know you guys are saying offensive player of the year, but there's no way he's not rookie of the year if he keeps this up. Like, I'm not even saying realistically, but if he just doesn't all of a sudden become a bust, the Texans look like they got something, and that was worth the trade they made to get that pick to get him. So or actually to get we'll understand later, but I mean it's why they took him. It's why they invested and stuff. But yeah, he's looked great. He's looked the part, and especially with the stigma on Ohio State quarterbacks, it's real good. Even though he didn't have a great game, this week against Atlanta, he's still, fantasy wise, I should say a little bit, but he's still putting up numbers. He's looking great. Really happy for the kid.
It looked like he was going to pull it off. They were going to pull it off again. They got away again, and Atlanta came back to
they took the lead, and we thought it was they got the win right there, and Atlanta decided they
Not so
want a little bit more.
fast.
Yeah, dude. No, I agree, brother. I mean, compared to all the other rookie quarterbacks, he looks the most poised. He just doesn't look like a game manager to me. You
Yeah.
know, like this guy looks like the real deal. And you're right, he's going to be problems for, especially in that division, man. That it has a lot of young quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. What do we have next, Fred?
Oh, we have the other rookie quarterback. The Panthers took an L against the
Mm.
Lions, 42-24. The Lions look legit, bro. They're rolling into the NFC North, number one, sitting at 4-1. Goff looks like an MVP caliber. I mean, even though he threw a pick, but he still looks legit, bro. He threw 3 TDs. Um, Detroit's offense scored on their first 4 possessions, all touchdowns, dude. I mean, the Lions keep rolling. That defense is young, fast. They hit hard. I think the Lions are for real, Serge. I think you finally called it on this one, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said it, man, because I definitely was gonna bring that up after those first two games that we talked about. I missed them, but yeah, I did not miss on the Lions, did I? So far they've been doing right by me, and but this isn't so much about the Lions. I'm going to talk about the Panthers. I mean, they've got a rookie quarterback themselves, right? He didn't have. I mean, he has 3 touchdowns in the game, right? But he also has those 2 interceptions to go along with it. So,
Yeah.
blowout game, it seems like, but those interceptions don't help anybody's cause. Can we trust the running backs on the Panthers? Any of them? I don't know, man. It's kind of tough to say. Thielen, got in the end zone, so that was a nice, thing for the team overall. But yeah, they need to help out their rookie, quarterback. I feel like the Texans are helping out their quarterback, and I don't think the Panthers are doing the same for their guy.
What do you think, Jay?
Real big thing, just based off of the 2 games we just talked about that I wanted to mention. I don't know if you guys saw the interview with the head coach of the Colts talking about ownership and talking about how, I apologize, of Carolina, talking about how, the owner's very involved and stuff. And there was a lot of talk the pre-draft that they loved CJ Stroud and ownership loved Bryce Young. And
Yeah.
I know it's early to say, but they right now could not be the opposite looking, like how people would want one over the other. I mean, it seems crazy to think about that. Like Bryce Young has not looked like anything we expected to see coming out of college in Alabama.
Yeah, man.
You're right. I mean, keep in
But the
mind,
good
dude,
thing
the
is,
Lions.
it's young.
Yeah, he's young. I mean, they're going to beef up that offensive line, man. I mean, by the looks of it, the way they're starting looks like they're going to get another top pick this year again.
Yep.
But yeah, they need a lot
Unfortunately, it
of. They
goes
need
to
a,
the Bears, so that's going to be a bad thing.
yeah, I think they have another one in the first though. But yeah, I mean, either way, they have a lot of spots, a lot of gaps. I mean, keep in mind the Lions were playing without 2 other studs, dude. I know that Gibbs was out, right? He didn't play.
Right. And Amar St. Brown.
And Amar St. Brown was out
Yeah.
too, dude. So doesn't look really good for the Panthers, man.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't go and put a bet out on the Lions to win the Super Bowl,
Right.
like I don't know what you're doing. Like that seems like right now before the odds go any higher, like they look like a team that could they beat the 49ers? That's what I think about, and I think the Lions are that damn good. Like
I'm glad you brought that up.
It.
That's what I'm thinking. This game, I mean, we kind of know what the Panthers are right now, but how good are those Lions? They look like they can, be legit, but we don't know. We got to see them against, the contenders out there. But yeah, definitely interesting. Fred knows how I feel about the Lions. If you've been following along, I'm big on the Lions this year. We'll see if they can put it all together, and make a run.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Well, let's move on, dude. We got the Colts 23-16 win over the Titans. You know what? The Colts, man, their running game is going to be solid. I'm going to call it, dude. Zach Moss continues to run hard, bro, on that Colts offense. They got JT back. They got a crazy 1-2 punch there, dude. Even though the quarterback, Richardson, suffered an injury, dude, guess who came in? My boy Minshew came in, dude. 2-0 as a what is it, like a reliever? 1-0 as a starter. By the looks of it, he's going to get the next 3 weeks himself. I got the Colts, getting 3 wins in the next 3 weeks, man, for real.
Reliever, MLB postseason. I see what you did there. No, but yeah, man. I mean, the running game. Speaking of running game, right? The Colts, they got their guy. We've talked about. I know I have how important it is to make sure you keep your star running back. Maybe you don't want to pay every running back, but I feel like JT is a star running back. I'm glad that got taken care of. But in the meantime, they've also got Moss, like you said. So it's just a crazy, two-headed monster on the ground. But as far as the Titans, I mean, Tannehill had a good outing there with 264 yards. The interception it's killer, man. You're trying to get into it. You're trying to take care of the game, and it gets away with you with something like that. But if y'all must have forgot, allow me to reintroduce DeAndre Hopkins, dude, showing now. What do you have? 140 yards, man. He was balling. If you had him in fantasy, he was probably killing you there, man. You're like, where'd he come from, right? But overall, I mean, they didn't have enough, and the Colts just took over that game. What do you think, Jay?
Besides the injury to Richardson,
that's your boy.
I mean,
that's your boy.
The Colts have to be feeling great. Yeah, it's my boy, fantasy football quarterback. I hate to see him go down like that, but he just gave it all. And I mean, that's what they talked about, taking those hits. Mobile quarterbacks, you have to watch out for that. But
yeah, for sure.
The Colts still look like they got a good team. They look like they can run the ball. Like Fred said, they're going to be unstoppable running the ball, and it's just more and more. I think Taylor gets back into it slowly. I think, it'll be maybe another couple of weeks, but he'll start like balling out too. Like, he's just way too good. No disrespect to Moss, but if he's doing that, like, Taylor should be like killing it. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back, paid, and running the ball just like he used to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, that's good stuff, man.
It's like a nice problem to have, It's like a nice problem that the Colts have right now, with that 1-2 punch, man. I mean, speaking of fantasy, right? Zach Moss, he got 200 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns. So whoever got him out there cashed in as well, man. So this guy's been solid these past 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't think they're going to really wear and tear on JT that much, on Taylor, man. So it's a good problem, man. I think the Colts are going to make a little run themselves, man. With Gardner Minshew, that's my boy.
Sounds like you're doing like a campaign slogan. Vote Gardner Minshew 2024. If he can't do it, no one can. Nah, man. Well, that's good stuff. We'll move along here. Next matchup, we had the Giants taking on the Dolphins, and this ended up being 16-31, in favor of the Dolphins. And, Daniel Jones just, seemed to struggle. He had 119 yards. Waller ended up with 85 yards. What's going on with the Giants, man? It seems like a whole lot. They can't seem to get anything right over there right now.
Dude, I'm saying, I mean, the Dolphins defense was all over him. But, Daniel Jones is like the toughest guy in the NFL, right? This guy gets smacked around every weekend, dude. And he's still out there doing his thing, The Dolphins, impressive again, dude. Speed, Tyreek, beast. This guy's, he's trying to break a record this year, man, I just like the way they're, everybody's getting involved on the offense, man. They have a great, offensive plays out there, man. Tua had a great game. It wasn't good, but it was still good enough, man. I think these guys could have really ran up the score on these guys, on the Giants. They just kind of put their foot on the brake there for a bit. But Dolphins doing what the Dolphins have been doing, man. Next week they handle the Panthers, so you know how that's gonna go.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you, and yeah, man. They are. I've heard that the Dolphins are on pace to outscore the greatest show on turf. And, as a Rams fan, I'm just like, hey, guys, go ahead and don't what'd you say, run up the score? Don't do that, man. Just, chill out, get up a few scores and, run the ball. Run the ball. What do you think, Jay?
Well, they can definitely run the ball. I mean, they got a bunch of running backs that can do it. Unfortunately, HN got hurt, looking like his knee's going to be busted. The dude kept making big play after big play. It's always a shame, but fortunately for Miami, they have plenty of big playmakers. So the next man up, it's nice when you got plenty of weapons.
The speed, though, great. Man. Speed.
I saw that they have like the top 7 or 8 fastest speeds hit this year. Yeah. It's all Miami players, like in the NFL. Like,
they're fast, man. Too fast, crazy. Too furious. Too fast for y'all.
Yeah.
What do you
Not
have,
only
Fred?
that, but
Yeah,
having those weapons, having a coach that likes to get very creative with
yeah,
with those
true.
weapons. It's like you got a Ferrari and you got unlimited gas on it, man. Just
You got to
put
have
the
fun,
pedal to
right?
the metal. Gotta have
Yeah,
fun.
have fun. Yep, yep, yep. For sure, man. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all. Yeah. So not much, as far as the Giants. I thought they were going to be somewhat competitive, but that it's maybe not their year. We'll move on, man. We saw the Saints taking on the Patriots, and this was lopsided, 34-0. Coach Belichick back to back, worst losses of his career, right? Like points wise, it's
Yeah.
insane. Derek Carr with 2 touchdowns, 183 yards. Maybe you're not, oh wow, so many yards, but 2 big touchdowns helping out. Kamara on the ground, Kamara doing Kamara things, a touchdown of his own, and then Michael Thomas with 65 yards to help the Saints go over the Patriots.
Yeah, dude, the Patriots. I mean, these guys have been outscored like 72-3 in those last two games. And Belichick is known to stop things like that from happening. You know what I mean? And I mean, these guys went 1 for 4. Well, no, 1 for 14 on third down. You're not gonna win games like that. I think Mac Jones
Right.
wasn't the answer. I think these guys could make a run for Caleb Williams, or maybe somebody like Nix, from Oregon. I think Belichick will build some stuff with him. But I mean, it's at home, Gillette Stadium. You get your ass beat like that. I don't know, man. It doesn't look really good for the Patriots the rest of the season. That's all I got to say about that, man.
What about you, Jay? What about you, man?
This game is all about the Patriots and how bad they looked.
I figured you
It's
were
a
going to go
rough
there.
one.
Yeah.
You got to be better than that. You really do. It's you got to really
Coaching
be
or the
able to push.
players?
I think everybody. This is when you lose like that. That's a team effort. That's an
Back-to-back
organizational
weeks.
effort. Yes, exactly.
It's tough, man. I mean, we're talking about Bill Belichick. Are you guys gonna? Are you two of the type that subscribe to it was all Brady? Yes or no?
Oh no.
Okay, Fred.
It was a perfect storm. Both of them together.
I agree,
Perfect
Fred.
combination.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brady did go ahead and kill it with another team, so
I hear
it
it.
favors more like the Brady effect. You know what I mean? But I mean, Belichick is gonna rise. He just needs a better quarterback. He made a bad judgment with Mac Jones. He's not it. So who knows, man? I think Belichick
Just
still has another good 5 years. But I think in 5 years, if he doesn't get even to the playoffs, then yeah, it was all Brady.
I just wanted to say to defend Belichick here. I've been seeing that a lot about Tom Brady going and winning another Super Bowl, like without him, so making him a little bit higher overall, I guess, than Belichick, or who was more responsible. Tell me when Belichick gets a quarterback on the level of Bruce Arians was head coach for Tom Brady. It wasn't like Tom Brady just went and got some no-name head coach and won a Super Bowl with them. He had a head coach that was a really good head coach. So when
Yeah.
when Belichick gets a really good quarterback or a quarterback that's above average, I think I'll be able to judge him better about like if he's able to win with that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think the best case that we can reference is Matt Castle, right? We forget Brady went out week 1, and they had to have somebody else step up. They ended up going to the playoffs, right? So I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't. It's I think it's a combination of the two. I also think that defense to start off Brady's career was pretty, stat. And let's also remember Bill Belichick was D coordinator for the Giants. You know what I mean? So we're acting like, oh, this guy just came out of nowhere and he had Brady and, he fell into like this, perfect. I think they both worked each other and they got each other to the level they needed to, get that dynasty going.
I just don't think Bruce Arians wins it without Brady. I don't think any other quarterback would have done that. But Jay's right, and that's what I'm saying too. Like I think Bill Belichick has at least, in my opinion, 5 years as a head coach, and in those 5 years, he needs to get a quarterback. And if he goes to the playoffs
Fair
at
enough.
least two,
Yeah.
3 times, But you're right. He's never really had weapons like that, man. After Brady, so he needs to get a little bit more backup from Kraft. Put some more money.
Yeah, and Belichick's earned the right to go crazy and senile on the field and stuff and coach as long as he wants. Like he can coach there and stuff. He doesn't even know what's going on. he'll be able to do that. He's earned that right as
Well, I don't know.
this organization.
Well, I don't know.
He'll be out
about
there
all
forever.
that.
If Tom Brady's 80 years old and says he wants to come out of retirement, they will name him the starting quarterback for that. Like
No,
Tom
you're
Brady and Bill
wrong.
Belichick have earned their place in that organization and on all those fans that they can do no wrong. So
No,
we
man.
can
I'm sure.
discuss all we want.
I'm sure we can discuss the Patriots and their, misfortunes and their past success here, all night. But let's move on to the next one. We saw the Ravens taking on. I see you, Fred. The Steelers, right? And this was interesting. It ended up being 10-17. Steelers take that win. Lamar Jackson, man, what else can he do, man? He does it all. It has 236 yards, man. Throws an interception. Yeah, that's not, going to help, like we've talked about, win football games. But, he doesn't get it feels like he doesn't get any help. Yeah, of course, he's got, some of his guys are making plays, but it feels like he's a one-man army out there sometimes. I don't know. What do you think, Fred? You're a big Steelers fan. What did you think?
Well, first of all, it's against the Ravens, man. So anything goes. It's like
Anything goes.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's those type of games,
I
divisional
hear you.
games, bitter
I hear you.
rivals, man. So sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way, and in this case, he might have had all this stats, man, but in the crucial moment when you need to, take advantage of those breaks you get, because you might not get many. That's what happened, man. They dropped passes, crucial passes at crucial
Oh
moments.
yeah, that's what I
The
mean. No help.
The Steelers took advantage of those moments. They blocked the punt, dude. They got the interception.
Yeah.
So we started off flat on offense again, but Kenny Pickett, George Pickens at the end. What more can I say, man? Great
Was
win.
your offensive coordinator mad about that play?
Yeah, some saying
He was
that
mad, right?
He said that Kenny Pickett did change the play. He changed the
audible.
line. He audible to the receiver, dude. But some saying that he was too busy thinking of the next play since they were going to go for
Yeah,
two.
sure. Yeah.
And then they cut off the camera as soon as he was going to get a reaction. But I don't know, man. I don't like Canada. He's just too conservative, man. He doesn't let these guys do what they do. But hey, a win is a win. Like Tomlin said, we cannot do that. That's the business of this game, a win. And hey, we're number one in the North right now.
Before you go, Jay, hockey's back, guys. Hockey's back, and Pittsburgh was playing yesterday, and in the crowd you could hear, I guess, chants of "Fire Cat" at the hockey game. I mean, I get it, but go ahead, Jay. What do you think about this matchup?
That Pittsburgh's defense is legit. I think they're special, and I think it's all because of TJ Watt.
For sure.
I honestly feel like this dude is not getting the love he deserves. I feel like, and he does get love. That's the problem. I feel like it really should be like he stands alone. Maybe Aaron Donald, because a little differently, but him and TJ Watt, I don't think. And I love Myles Garrett. I think of the world of the Bosas even still. But Micah Parsons, but TJ Watt is special, all time special, and I don't think we're not experiencing, we're not appreciating the experience of witnessing this. So I just want to give him his credit, and that defense as a whole also. Good win. Well done. And get Lamar a receiver that can catch. Really, please. The dude. I saw he had a perfect QBR or rating or something. One of those Pro Football Focus. They do the ratings, I think. But he had a 90 something, and it's how with the completions and no touchdowns or whatever. And it's because his receivers just drop every ball that hit their hands.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's frustrating. I know you don't care much for any, ill will or the Ravens having any misfortunes, but I mean, it's just frustrating. He's a baller, dude, and it's nobody wants to ball out with him. They're just man, figure it out. That's tough. You're gonna play.
And you know what happened? And you know what happened? I mean, the Steelers really, put the Cobra clutch on him in the second half. I mean, Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt were just making plays, man. They were putting that pressure,
No, but, and you called it out, the block punt, dude. That That was insane, man. You know, that's a game changer right there. So
I mean, dude, the game's about to end. Like 4 minutes left. The Ravens punt. We get it. We're running. We fumbled it. Ravens recovered, dude. We had to stop them at the 20-yard line, and they just made a clutch play. Joey Porter Jr. with his first interception. So let's go Steelers.
listen to him. Go Steelers. Now, well, again, we could probably talk about them all night with Fred on here, but we're gonna go to move on. What do we have next, Fred?
We got the Eagles taking on the Rams, 23-14. Tough loss, Serge. Jalen Hurts, again, this guy's fast, rushed for over 70 yards on these guys. They just can't stop him on their 4th-and-1, dude. A.J. Brown, he's a yard after catch machine. What can I say, man? These guys they killed you on offense, defense with Jalen Carter, another beast. Tough loss, Serge.
I don't know why you had to get so personal, bro. Like, they killed you. Tough loss. It's like, dude.
I feel for you, brother. Shit, it's a tough loss, man. I feel for you.
Nah. I appreciate the, sympathy there. But actually, on my bingo card, I had the Cardinals losing to the Bengals. But I guess, we'll move on to that one. We'll go on with the Rams here because Fred just wants to, But I mean, I think in that first half, it was pretty close, and we're actually up ahead. And then with like less than a minute, dude, we give up a touchdown. We have them at 3rd down, dude, and we give up a freaking flag. It's basically, and you said about 4th-and-1. Nah, dude, they're 4th-and-2, 4th-and-3. They're gonna, it works, man, and they get those yards. But we end up giving up a touchdown with less than like a minute. I want to say 30 seconds, dude. And let's say we hold them to a field goal, dude. That's 4 points. You know what I mean? Then Matthew in the second half has Tutu Atwell open and just misses him. Now, Tutu's a little shorter. I mean, things happen, but that might have gone to the house. So it's just a few plays that were there that weren't made. Hats off. The Eagles are good, but I feel like we were competitive. We didn't have enough plays to win the game. But Matthew, steady, 222 yards. One of the leaders, for passing this year. Williams with, 53 yards, nothing to write home about. And then Cooper Kupp, welcome back, 118 yards. I know, Jay, fantasy-wise, he's got him. And, that was something happy to see him, back out there on the field. But, yeah, man, the Eagles are good. They're undefeated. Shout out to them. One of 2 teams, right? The Niners, We'll get into them. But I don't feel like they're the Eagles of last year. You know what I mean? But the Eagles that won the Super Bowl, they're good. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I just feel like, they beat us. Hats off to them.
They're going to have a tough test against the Chiefs, Buffalo. They still got the Niners. They still got Dallas twice. So let's see what they got. Hey, Jay, I have a question for you, man. You think Cooper Kupp coming back is going to mess up the Rams' momentum with Puka?
Well, if this last game is gives us any idea, definitely not. Like I own them both in fantasy football, so I was a little nervous having to play on both. It's always an unspoken rule of 2 guys on the same team, they take away from each other. Well, it's okay when they're both the only 2 guys getting the ball pretty much thrown to them all the time. They look good. They're different enough, and I don't understand why there's so much was like fear, even from myself, when we're not that far away of watching Robert Woods succeed with Cooper Kupp and some. Puka looks great. What LeBron call him, give him the nickname, Puka Doncic. That's a dope name. The dude's special. He's great. Cooper Kupp looks healthy. He looks good. Like, this Rams offense looks really great, and it's. I think those 2 guys are going to do well together. I think, it's a great problem to have. Those 2 great wide receivers.
I got to follow up, my brother. How do you stop the tush push?
Oh, that's simple. You just play like how you've always played a quarterback sneak. How do you stop the Eagles' tush push? It's unstoppable. They have the best offensive line in the NFL. And they have a quarterback who is a freak. Like, the dude's quads are huge. He has like the Oklahoma, I think, like record for like most squatted weight. Like, he's a
Yeah.
quarterback, and he has the record at Oklahoma where they just breed those country boys to lift weights and stuff. He has the record. It's unstoppable. The best offensive line, a freak quarterback that's legs are stronger to push a tank. They could run that literally all game and win. They would get 3 yards, 4 yards every single time.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man.
It's a fact.
I
Thanks,
like
Jay.
what Jay said there. Yeah, man, it's simple. You just, how you always defend the quarterback. How do you stop the Eagles? It's impossible. Good stuff, man. No, good stuff. But yeah, they that play, like you said, they'll pick up 3, shoot, maybe 4 yards. You know what I mean? Depending on how much. Where is forward progress, guys? Like, come on. I don't know if y'all have anything else. I'm looking forward to getting off the Rams here, and let's talk about the game that you missed on the bingo card there, bro.
My bad, sir. So the
Nah, you're
Bengals, the Bengals faced the Cardinals in Arizona. The Cardinals took an L, 20-34. I think what hurts the most is Connor's. He's your workhorse, man. He got really hurt. A good point. What do you guys think about those Cardinal uniforms, bro? They were on point, dude.
Fire.
These shits are nice.
Fire.
Yeah. No doubt, they look nice. Yeah.
You know what?
Go
The
ahead.
Cardinals secondary was really non-existent, dude. I mean, Jamar Chase cooked them up. You know what I mean? What's his name? Marco Wilson was guarding them. You should have switched it on them, dude. Yeah, dude, the Cardinals, I just can't find their identity, even when K1 comes back. I don't know, man. Jay, you're a Cardinals fan. Bless us, brother.
This has been a rough year for Wilson covering anybody, and as a promising young player and as a Cardinals fan, I'm going to be supportive in this time and understand it takes time to grow. This team is looking to the future. Losses like this are going to happen. It's no big deal. We're great. It's all beautiful. It's wonderful. I couldn't be more happy. I really couldn't. All joking aside, it's rough, but this is part of it. And the team is hungry. They play hard. James Conner, that's rough to get hurt like that. Hopefully comes back. Good. He really is the heart and soul of the team. He really is. But yeah, no, I think I'll say this, and I've been saying this to anybody that listen. I think the Cardinals are 4-1 right now if Kyler Murray is healthy.
Yeah.
I think he changes a lot.
I mean, Dobbs did his thing, but he's not K1, K1
he's done great, and I think for that kind of quarterback where the stopgap, to take when your star gets hurt for 3 games or 4 games, he's the type of guy you want your team to come in and hold it down and keep your team going. And when your star quarterback comes back, boom, nobody misses a beat. But he's a good quarterback. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, he's not Kyler Murray.
Yeah, man, and let's get off the Cardinals, man. They lost. It was 34-20, dude. We've talked about them enough. and we'll say that, and I'll say this because I'm gonna I'm not gonna just give you a jab. I'll jab myself, bro. So the Bengals are struggling, right? Joe Burrow, what's going on? He just got paid. They're not able to beat anybody. Wait, perfect recipe for that. Play the NFC West. He beats the Rams and he beats the Cardinals, bro. All of a sudden, oh yeah, Joe Burrow, 13. My bad. He had 317 yards and 3 big touchdowns. Of course, throws the interception. Told you guys before, I'll tell you guys again, that's not going to help. But when you have Jamar Chase and he goes for 3 touchdowns and he's always mother effing open, good things are going to happen. Good things are going to happen. So, the Cardinals, hopefully they've got a new 5-year plan that they're working on. But the Bengals, bro, the here, the now, the present. All right, man. I think I've done enough.
You done? You done?
You went really in on the Cardinals, guys. Yeah, man.
Hey, you gotta give love to them, the voice of the voiceless here,
The voice of the voiceless. He said. That's Sports Buds TV, man. That's what we do here for sure.
The uniforms were on fire, though.
No, yeah.
Uniforms were on fire.
They were. They were.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that QB, man. I know that you guys talking about K1 and he's all that and he's this that and a bag of chips, but Dobbs, he's a good guy, man. Good things happen to
Yeah,
good
he's a
people.
good guy.
Hey, you were getting excited for Caleb Williams for some teams going that. Go look at his all Caleb Williams highlights, and then go look up Kyler Murray's highlights at Oklahoma, and then you'll know why Cardinal fans like me are still excited for the kid to come back. He's special. Who cares?
mean-
He's 5'10".
I mean, you guys have gone on runs. Hopefully, he's healthy. He gets back. He feels like himself. Not too much because I want the Rams to beat him still. But I wish good on the kid. I don't wish any bad. Anything else on the Cardinals before we move on?
I'm good.
Let's move.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's what we do here. Sports Buds TV. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. But we'll keep it moving here. Next up, we had the New York Jets. Jets.
Jets.
Taking on. There you go. Taking on the Denver Broncos. Yeah, man. The Jets, they got on a roll here. Zach Wilson, 199 yards, doing what he can. That interception doesn't help matters. But Breece Hall, man, there you are. We were waiting for you. There you are now, 177 yards, a touchdown to go along with it. And, the tight end, Conklin, with 67 yards, respectable. Wilson needs it. He needs that help there. But, the Broncos, they got that win. They, were feeling good about themselves, but then right back on the Blues there.
Bro, Russ Wilson, the other Wilson, he dropped the ball literally. It makes me feel like, from what I saw, dude, Sean Payton's listening to his locker room really fast, bro. One of them is going to go, and I don't think it's going to be, I don't know, who did they pay more, Russ Wilson? Who did they got to pay more, Payton or Wilson? But one of them's got to go, man. They're just not clicking at all. That team doesn't have an identity, bro. They look sloppy. I don't know what's up with the Broncos, man.
I think the Broncos need a lot. Like, they need to figure out what they're doing. They can't run the ball, but they got the running backs. They can't stop the run. They're getting torched, their defense, like by every running back that goes against them. It's going to be one of the worst run defenses of all time. Like it's just statistically, of course. And the thing is about Russ is that like he's actually not playing horrible. Like it's right. His numbers aren't bad. He's been good. I heard something today that if you just take his fourth quarter and like how he's playing in the fourth quarter numbers, like he's on pace for like 6,000 passing yards and stuff this season. It's just that team is not. He's not doing it. Like
right.
The coach, I don't know if he's just been gone too long or doesn't understand, doesn't know, but yeah, this is not working out. I am on record of being a Cardinals fan and was hoping for Sean Payton, and we got criticized the whole time with our coach doing funny things and memes and stuff. All I'm saying is I'm so happy we dodged the bullet that was Sean Payton. I think he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't think he understands how the NFL is anymore. He's lost, and the organization is lost.
Yeah.
No, that's a tough one, man. And it's crazy. Didn't he mention that Hackett had done like the worst job in coaching history or something, and then now Hackett's over there with the Jets helping them out. And
I saw it with all the Jets coaches are all lining up to give hugs to Hackett because that was for him. Like that was really nice to see.
Yeah, man, and. I don't know why Peyton would have said that. Like, even if you're thinking that, do you have to say it? Like, worst coaching job in NFL? Like, I don't know, man. So sometimes
I'm pretty sure Sean Payton thinks that he's like one of the greatest coaches of all time. I'm not here to debate that. I'm saying he thinks he's on the levels of Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, because he comes from that line.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, but he is not on there. Like, he might like sit at the council, but he doesn't get the rank of master, like it's not, like he's not, but I think he thinks that he's like at that level and he can do stuff that he cannot.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it. I don't know. Do you guys have any other final thoughts before we move on from this one?
Nah, let's move on, dude. Let's move on from this one, dude.
Yeah, we'll let that one lay where it rest, right? Next up, we had the Chiefs, man. They're on a roll still. 27-20 taking on the Vikings. Patrick Mahomes, 281 yards, 2 touchdowns. Doing Patrick Mahomes things. Isaiah Pacheco has a touchdown with 55 yards, and Kelsey had that a little scare there, but he goes away with 67 yards and a touchdown for himself. So the Chiefs just keep it moving, man. They keep it moving, doing what they do.
Yeah, dude, and the Vikings are the total opposite, right? Like they're just very unfortunate, man. Like they're keeping up in the games, man. But I just think that defense is still very inexperienced, man. I mean, Flores is making good changes out there, but not enough, especially against an offense like the Chiefs, man. Uh, I mean, Justin Jeff, man, suffered a really bad injury. I don't know how that's going to affect their offense moving forward. I wonder if they're really like planning on moving on from Cousins, man, and maybe just you know tanking the rest of the way and getting a quarterback in the draft.
What do you think, Jay? It's crazy, man.
Ah, man, I was just thinking about those beautiful Cardinals uniforms and how good Justin Jefferson would look in one of those. That's my favorite rumor going around the internet. But get well, my guy, get healthy. It's sad to see you go down there. This team has to decide, like Fred said, though, like what they're doing. If they can't get a couple of wins right now, might as well just try to trade off any assets and rebuild because this your window's closing. Like it's pretty much done. If you're not going to bring Cousins back, you have to also if you aren't, what are you going to be able to sign or extend Justin Jefferson?
Right.
It's a hard time to be there. And on the other side, I mean, the Chiefs looks like they're just on the path to Super Bowl. They don't even look like they're playing good yet. Like that's the
Right.
thing. Like
That's scary.
the Chiefs don't look like they're good. Like Patrick Mahomes hasn't really made me feel like he's had a Patrick Mahomes game. Kelsey scares me because he doesn't look like explosive at all. But all things considered, they don't look like they're doing that great. But they just keep moving along and stuff. So it's gonna the next. This is definitely going to be an interesting one to look at for both teams going forward.
Yeah, no, and those Chiefs they're on a not just like a run, right? They're like on a historical run type of deal that they got going on. They've got the QB, the coach, the playmakers around. So, yeah, man, they were already calling it a dynasty. You know what I mean? But how far can they take it now? That we've got some other teams that are looking at them like, hey, we want some of that too. But unless you guys have anything else, we can move on to the much anticipated Sunday night game.
Oh, all yeah, right, dude. Let's move on.
Now let's get into it, man. This was interesting. We saw the Dallas Cowboys taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I thought this was going to be a more competitive game. I thought Dallas was going to come out and, show, some more. But it ends up being 10-42, man, and it wasn't even really that close, for Dallas. Man, and I don't know. I don't want to say Dak is the problem, but when you have 3 interceptions, everybody's looking at Dak right now. You know what I mean? So that's tough there. Pollard, 29 yards, didn't do much there. CeeDee Lamb with 49 yards. He was definitely, upset with that performance. But yeah, the Cowboys, they're kind of up and down. One week they look like, oh yeah, they're world beaters, and then the next week it's like, what was that?
Yeah.
So that's tough. What do you think about the Niners, man? What do you think, Fred?
You know what? The Niners are right now the best team in the league, man. I think Shanahan's leads for Coach of the Year candidate. I think Brock Purdy, in my opinion, leads. I think MVP so far. I mean, he's been solid, bro. I think the defense is stout in all aspects. Defensive line, linebackers, secondary. The offense never stops running, bro. It's just, dude, the Cowboys just didn't go play, man. They weren't ready. The Niners bullied them. I think the Niners should have put 50 points on them, dude. But they held back in the fourth quarter, man. But I think the Niners are the team to beat right now, man. Everything's clicking for them, man. They haven't been bitten by the injury bug yet, and I really, don't wish them any bad. But they look solid, bro. The West Coast, the NFC West looks like it's gonna have to go through to San Francisco.
Yeah, man, it's definitely looking that way. Jay, I want to ask you, man, did you see Kittle where he takes off? He didn't take it off. He pulls up the jersey. He's got the shirt under the, F Dallas, homage to the, former player, trying to do his, rendition of it. What did you think about it? First of all. Second of all, I hear they're thinking about fining him for that because it goes against, like, I guess, some rule that the league has. What do you think about that? Let me know. Thoughts?
Yeah, you gotta find him. You gotta find him. That's
Yeah,
the rules are the rules.
I
Fight
agree.
him, get it out of the way.
I
That
agree.
being said, hilarious. I love
Yeah.
throwbacks to that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude's a big wrestling fan, so like
Yeah.
he's like, that's real. That's some real like pro wrestling stuff right there.
Yeah.
The crowd loved it. And it's all for fun. I want the NFL to find these guys like something that like small so that they can say they're finding them,
Yeah.
but let the guys have their fun. Let the guys do the thing and stuff. Like this
Yeah.
is good for the game. I mean, is it needed? No, but it's entertaining, and I love it. I love the guy. I think he's a great tight end, and I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Dude, you said it. I mean, hate is a strong word, right? But if I really, really don't like a team, it's probably going to be the Niners, man. And they've got Kittle, and you mentioned he was at the WWE, man. You see him at the oh, he's on SmackDown, he's on Raw, and you're like, this guy's cool. And then you're like, he plays for the Niners, dude. Get off the screen, But yeah, man. I guess if he was on any other team, I'd be like, we could be boys, But I guess it'll
That
never be, man.
That offense is scary good. Like I don't know how you stop it. Like I,
I think I have a
special.
theory, but it's just a theory. Christian McCaffrey, dude, he just opens up everything, dude, and he's consistent. Like,
That's
yeah,
my
they've got
MVP.
everybody else, but yeah, dude, he's a beast, man. So
I give him the trophy this year. Give it to running back. If they keep doing what they're doing,
that'd be awesome.
Well, let me
he
ask you
scored a
guys a
touchdown in
question.
every game. Like that's crazy. Like we're just gonna gloss over the fact that this dude is doing something ridiculous right now. I remember his Carolina year where he set all the fantasy football records. He is
He's a
insane. Like
beast.
it is the next level, and it's literally the like fantasy football and real life. Like
Mhm.
it's
And it's crazy, dude, because with running
dumb.
back, especially, there is that you see a drop off. It may not be right away a big, but you see, and this guy, I have yet to see a drop off. I'm like, dang, man.
Christian McCaffrey deserves to be talked about in the all-time great running backs as in talent. I mean, numbers gets a little bit there. The way you talk about Barry Sanders, maybe like a Gale Sayers, some people talk, the Daniel Tom, it's just like the top running
He's that
backs of all
good, man.
time.
He's that good.
He is a special running back, and
Yeah.
he could do it all. Like, and I think he comes off a little like people think of him as soft, but I watched that guy run through the
Nah, man,
tackle.
he's
That guy
anything
runs
but
tough.
soft.
That
Anything
dude
but
is a
soft.
beast, and he's
Yeah.
athletic. He is special. He's all time. Like I really think he's
Yeah,
an all
man.
timer.
I mean, if we're gonna give love to the Niners, let's do it for George Kittle. Let's do it for Christian McCaffrey, dude. Those guys definitely
What
deserve
about
it.
Brock Purdy? I mean,
I'm
what
going,
happened,
dude.
what happened
I'm
to
going.
what happened to the 49ers in the playoffs last season without a quarterback? You guys can imagine. I mean, God forbid any injuries, but let's say Brock Purdy gets
Oh, you're
taken
right.
out of the equation. I don't think the Niners are the best team in the NFL anymore. You know what I mean? But Christian McCaffrey, all time, he needs a Super Bowl to solidify that. But I think for me personally, the MVP right now, without Brock Purdy, those Niners really don't go too far.
I saw a really funny tweet today from a Brock Purdy tweet where some guy's like, yeah, he looks great at the 49ers. We're not gonna take that away, but I'm an Iowa State fan, I think it was. It's like, and Brock Purdy never looked like that and stuff. Like I have no idea. Like,
Dude, I mean, the team is loaded, dude. And like we said, CMC goes and then they go.
he's definitely got a great offense, great team, and great weapons, but you have to be able to execute with that, and he's doing what he needs to do, and a lot of quarterbacks can't do that.
Fair enough.
So that's why I'll definitely give him his flowers like on that. Like,
Yeah.
it's you have to be able to drive the Lamborghini and stuff, and not everybody can drive a Lamborghini.
Yeah. And you know what? If we're gonna give love to a team that's undefeated, fair play. Let's make sure. But enough's enough. Can we move on? Or we still got to talk about the Niners? They've had their shine already. Am I missing anything you guys want to add before we move on?
Move along, brother.
All right, man. Because I can only talk about them for so long, man. Because my head starts to hurt. No, I'm kidding, man. But this was Monday night, so just capping off the week. There, we had the Packers. They take on the Raiders. This ended up being 13-17 in favor of the Raiders. And it looked like Love was doing his thing there, and then he throws 3 interceptions, dude. This game he couldn't find it. They couldn't find themselves. Dylan, with Jones is out, right? So they had Dylan in there. He had a touchdown, but not enough to, Christian Watson, they have that almost touchdown. And then Marcus Peters comes, does a horse collar, gets a penalty, saves the touchdown, saves the touchdown, holds them to a field goal, and, arguably wins the game, dude. So.
That was dirty, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Grimy,
I mean,
some would say.
The Raiders, to me, man, I mean, they didn't give me any fireworks either. I mean, Garoppolo didn't look bad, but he didn't really do good, like it says on the paper. His stats, 22 for 31 for 208 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams' first game against his former team, he looked all right, mid to low. But Jacoby Myers was the hero on the offense, man. He was the one that was clicking throughout the game. Jacobs really didn't do much on the offense, but I think the Raiders defense, like they have been doing all year, man. They bend, but they don't break. They've been, also being in the games, most of the game. They haven't really been blown out. I just don't really see much from these two teams, to be honest with you, man. I think the Packers will be at the bottom of the division, and so will the Raiders.
No, I hear it, man. I hear it, and I wouldn't be surprised. What do you think, Jay, before we wrap up this?
Two big things. One, the Patriots chose Juju Smith-Schuster over Jacoby Myers, and that should tell you everything about that organization and how they see players. Jacoby Myers looked amazing this year.
Yeah.
Love the guy. Hope he continues doing great. Second thing, Jordan Love, I don't think he has it. The game looks slow. If he throws that last interception earlier when Watson's open, running down the field, that's a touchdown, and they win the game.
Yeah.
But he holds it because he's not sure, and the game's going too fast for him, and he's not seeing it in those moments. And that's gonna be like if your defense is pitching a shutout, I'm sure he's gonna be great because he doesn't have the pressure.
Right.
But I know it's early, and I hate doing that, but it doesn't look like he has that ability and pressure. And I mean, you need to have that as a quarterback in the NFL.
Dang, that's he calls him like he sees him.
Yeah,
he's right. I agree with you on that, Jay.
I don't know if I'm willing to, just stamp them right now. Maybe just a few more samples, and then we'll see.
Well, people ready to crown him when he had the first couple of good games and stuff. And like, oh, look at right after Aaron Rodgers, another franchise quarterback and stuff. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look like that right now.
Also, Aaron called him when he beat the Bears and was like, yeah, we still own the Bears, something like that, man. So, I mean, you can't blame the fans, dude. But no, I hear you. Anything you guys have before we wrap up, what was week 5? Because we're officially tomorrow's week 6, guys. We're going to get into those picks. We'll go rapid fire there. But anything else, that you guys, take away from this last week?
It was a good week. Some teams already on the bye week. Some teams are going to be on the bye week coming up. So, good, man. So far, so good. Time flies when the NFL's around. We're already going on to week 6, so, it's when teams start making their runs. So it's going to be a good one, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, and if we don't have anything else, I'm just going to say, shout out to the 2 undefeated teams. What do we have? It's the Eagles, right? The 49ers. Man, that's already 5 in a row. How far can they take it, right? The 72 Dolphins are looking right now very interested.
They're going to have to face each other this year, so one of them is going to take a nap.
There you go,
that'd be
man.
Beautiful. I don't know when it is. I want to look that up because if they're both undefeated on that's going to be highlight. That's pay-per-view quality game watching there.
Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. We pay enough on pay-per-view, Don't give them ideas, dude.
I'll pay for that game.
That was my pick. That was my pick for the NFC Championship game, but we'll talk about that later in the season.
Yeah. No, we sure will. That was week 5. Let's go ahead and get into some rapid fire here. Week 6, we'll do our picks. I've got a list here. If y'all are ready, we'll go ahead and get started with tomorrow night's matchup. All right, for sure. We've got Denver at Kansas City. This should be probably a no-brainer. I've got the Chiefs. What about y'all?
I got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Yeah. I won't even, beat you up with that one. But we'll move on, man. We're in London again, right? This week we've got the Ravens taking on the Titans. I'm going to take the Ravens.
I got the Ravens too on this one, man.
Ravens have to win this game.
Fair enough. All right, we'll keep it moving. I've got, next up, Washington at Atlanta. I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah, the Commanders look horrible. Falcons.
Yeah, no, I hear you guys. All right, next up we've got Minnesota at Chicago. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I got the Bears.
This is a must-win for Minnesota. I think they come all out. I think they win this one pretty easily, actually.
All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, for the next one we've got Seattle at Cincinnati. I'm gonna take the Seahawks to win that one.
I got the Seahawks too.
Take Cincinnati. I think this team just needs it more.
It's the Bengals playing the NFC West. I see what you're doing there, dude. I see what you're doing there. All right, next up we've got the Niners, and they're at Cleveland. You know, San Francisco at Cleveland. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
I got the Niners on this one, man.
Niners never lose.
All right, and then the next show we've got here, New Orleans at Houston. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I got the Saints as well. I think they'll pull it off.
Saints also.
All right. Next up, I've got Indy at Jacksonville. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars, man.
For this one, I'm going to go with the Colts.
All right. What do you got, Jay?
Jaguars.
Okay, all right. Tiebreaker on that one. All right, next up, I've got Carolina at Miami. Give me Miami.
I got Miami.
Miami in like 35 points. Like they're going to, Miami.
All right. After that, I've got New England at Las Vegas. This one's interesting to me, you know, Belichick, you know, McDaniels over there. Give me New England.
I got the Raiders at home.
That's a hard one to pick, I really think, but I'm going to go with the home team. I don't know what's going on in New England.
Yeah, man, it was a tough one, but, you know, I don't know. I'm trusting Bill, you know. But, okay, Detroit at Tampa Bay. Give me the Lions.
Lions,
but close.
Okay. Snap. Here we go again. Arizona at Los Angeles. I've got the Rams.
I got the Rams. Sorry, Jay.
I would like to say that just for the honesty and the fans, that yes, I am picking the Rams to win.
But, all right. Yeah, honest man. He's an honest man, you know.
I'll be rooting for the Cards, though.
Go ahead and get that in, bro. No worries, man. Philadelphia at the New York Jets. Give me the Eagles.
I got Philly.
Yeah, Philly, man.
All right. And we've only got a couple left. The New York Giants taking on the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills.
I got the Billies.
Bills.
All right, and we'll cap it off here with the Monday night game. We've got Dallas at Los Angeles, you know, taking on the Chargers. Give me the boys.
I got the Chargers on this one, dog.
Go Bolts up.
Bolts.
Austin Eckler's back this week, I hear, maybe. I'll give that to Swing to give to the Chargers.
Interesting. All right, well, those are your week 6 picks in the NFL. Go ahead and let us know what y'all are thinking. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear what you guys think. But, you know, that's where we stand this week. So we'll see. We'll see who's right. All right, guys. Next up, we've got, you know, we said there's a whole lot going on in sports, right, when we started off today, just like we do every day. And it's the NBA, NBA preseason, and we've got the MLB postseason. I'm excited, man. We won't get too much into it. I mean, it's only, you know, preseason in the NBA. The postseason's barely taking off over there in baseball. But Victor Wembanyama, you know, I'm excited to see what they're going to do out there. He looks like a beast. Chet Holmgren, you know, he looks pretty tall and, you know, like a force out there. And he just looked short as hell next to Victor, dude. That was crazy. But I'm looking forward to seeing what, you know, the Bucks do. They've got Lillard now. You know, they got Giannis, you know, the dynamic duo. Excited. What do you guys think about the NBA?
I'm glad it's here, man. I know it's a long season. You know, everybody is pretty much, you know, 0-0, and I mean, everybody's always going to root for their team, right, to win it. I think, you know, the Dubs have a great chance as well. I think Steph Curry wants to build on that legacy, man. You know, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Good things coming up.
No, I
This
agree.
might be the most hyped season I've ever anticipated in a long time for the fans. If you're a fan of the NBA and you are not excited for this season, I honestly don't know like what to tell you. Like, I mean, go search yourself or something. This big teams, big stars moved everything. This is hype. There's a lot gonna happen and stuff, you know. I've been a fan of teams that aren't good and been able to be hyped for this everything
Yeah.
around. And this is one of those years where even if your team isn't great, I don't know how you're not excited for all the teams, the Lakers, Golden State, Phoenix. You know, you have the East. You know, like the teams like the Bucks and Boston. You know, you saw teams like the Heat. You know, like
Yep.
what's gonna happen with James Harden? Like, there's a lot going on. Like a lot. I didn't even mention the defending champs that looked almost unstoppable last year in Denver.
Great
Like,
point, dude.
it's insane what's like there might only be like maybe like 7 teams that could win the championship, but I feel like those 7 teams are gonna be like fucking throwing haymakers and shit like right away.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. No, well, that's the NBA preseason. We'll get into it more, as the season, develops there. But the thing that's really heating up right now, the MLB playoffs, postseason. The Rangers have officially advanced. So, they're waiting on, the outcome there between the Stros and the Twins. You got, the Braves, the Phillies out there on the other side. And of course, you got the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, waiting to see who advances there. But definitely heating up there in the MLB. Any thoughts there on baseball?
The Astros are up right now in the ninth inning, man. So it's a great game against the Twins. It's been a great series. This is when baseball gets at its best, right? When it's like maybe like
Yeah.
8 teams left, 6 teams left. So can't wait, man. Can't wait to see what the next round. Who advances, who doesn't.
Yeah, I've been anticipating that Texas showdown in the AL. So hopefully we get that. Shocker though, going out there if Arizona's gonna pull off the sweep and stuff. I don't even know. They're going for it. They went into Los Angeles and like dominated them for 2 games. Like, that was a shocker and stuff that's going on there and stuff. The Dodgers fans, I see them. They're taking this rough, So pray for them, Dodger fans, man.
For real.
Yeah. Pray for them, man. No, yeah, that's the word, man. But MLB heating up. We'll follow it closely. And like he said, I mean, that Texas showdown, that's definitely one that a lot of people are looking forward to. They, pretty much are going at it most of the season. So we talked about a long season in the NBA, talk about a long season in the MLB. So definitely interesting to see them face off there in the postseason. But we'll keep it moving with the sports talk here. There's some news coming out of the UFC and their next, the UFC 294. We were going to see Islam taking on Oliveira, right? That was the main event that was scheduled. The word is that Oliveira got hurt, not tonight, I think the night before, in the 5th round of his sparring before he was making his way, to get ready for the fight, travel. And so he's out. Enter Alexander Volkanovski. This guy has no fear, right? He's like, put me in. None whatsoever. He's ready to, get in that main event for the lightweight championship, I believe. And in the middle, in the co-main event, we'll have a middleweight showdown with Usman. So, he's definitely going to, make things interesting on, UFC 294. But what are your thoughts on the big news with the new main event that we have?
Dude, this is the best thing that could have happened for any MMA fighter, dude. This is an anticipated fight that people are like maybe not gonna see again, because this is round 2. The first one in February was a really close decision. My boy Volkanovski lost it. Right now he's rated the #1 pound for pound. I don't know, man. I think he's gonna pull the win decisively. This guy wants to get that W, man. So it's gonna be a good one. I'm glad this happened. Sorry for all of your injury, man, but this is the one that everybody wanted to see. So glad we got it.
That gash is bad. Like, it's sorry. Like, it's sad when you have a main event, for the fighters and stuff, and you have a plan, and anytime something doesn't go as planned, it's always a bummer. But yeah, that's a bad gash. Get better. It's a shame when you don't get matches, but it's not like you're not going to get anything. I'm sure everybody's going to still be very entertained.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. That co-main event definitely, sweetens up the pot there. But I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, it's he's trying to get it back. He's probably trying to get it back in blood. But we'll see, man. Interesting matchup here. We'll be seeing. This is next weekend, right? So looking forward to it.
Looking forward to that one for sure, brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's October 21st. We'll go ahead and get into the predictions of that next week, but definitely wanted to talk about that, update with the news that came out and the new main event. Before we wrap up, like we like to do every week, sports, talk. We'll do our boxing talk here. We got a few fights to look forward to this weekend. Johnny Beck's going to be in the ring. We'll also see Keyshawn Davis, the Olympian, Richard Torres, another Olympian. Definitely interesting to see them in the ring and what they do and how their career, progresses. But one that a lot of people are looking for. Oh, and also shout out to Tim Zhu. He's going to be in the ring against Brian Mendoza. Can't wait to watch that one. But for all the other boxing fans, KSI taking on Tommy Fury. But the one people are mostly looking forward to probably is Logan Paul taking on Dylan Dennis, right? So we'll see, man. That's the boxing we've got coming up this weekend. Do y'all have any thoughts on any of the, the matchups we have? I know you look at that KSI one.
I just want to give a shout out to my boy Zurdo Ramirez for winning a fight against
that was nice. That was nice.
Jr.
Yeah,
unanimous decision. So Zurdo, glad you're bouncing back.
Dude, he boxed really nice. I had not seen him look like that. I don't think ever, man. He looked, really good in the ring, showed his skills boxing wise. We're giving shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Lee Wood, dude. This guy's he's getting beat, dude. I think it's like the 11th or 12th round. I don't remember right now, but he's getting beat, dude. Clearly, he's going to lose this fight. And then he pulls out the knockout, dude. So that was insane, inspirational stuff. But what really puts it over is about a year or two ago, about the same situation, dude. He's fighting a guy named Colin, also down on the cards. It's like, damn, this is it, dude. He's going to lose. And boom, gets the knockout, dude. And just, man, this is a clutch performer right now. Lee Wood, he's doing crazy things out there, man. They're smaller fighters, so, they don't get a lot of hype. But damn, this is interesting stuff. Definitely a clutch performer. But yeah, man, that's what we've got going on. Before we wrap up the show, I also want to shout out, here in about 2 weeks, we're going to have Amanda Serrano. She'll be she's going to compete in the ring in 12 rounds, 3 minutes. So women, usually 10 minutes, 10 rounds, 2 minutes. This is different. Shout out to her for stepping up, trying to change things. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll also be seeing Tyson Fury taking on Francis Ngannou. So, that's definitely one that a lot of people have circled on their calendar. What do y'all think? I mean, we'll get into it, but what do y'all think?
Yeah, you know what? I mean,
he's like,
it'll be fun to watch. You know what I mean? Okay. It just doesn't hit the same, But
was it Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali that did like an exhibition type of deal back in the day? Was that the two?
I don't know, man. I don't even know if that was real. That might have just been like an AI image. But
You're talking about Rocky Balboa versus Thunderlips, right? From Rocky 2.
Old Thunderlips.
Or Rocky 3,
I want to see him down there, though. I mean, he's been trained by Tyson, so I want to see what he does, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
There's been a lot of good boxing, so it's if this is we're getting in there, it's fine. There's plenty of top level. There's young guys coming up. There's all the divisions are popping. It's a good time for boxing.
Yeah, man. No, you said it. And actually, it just came out official today. We'll see David Benavides, the Mexican monster, taking on Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. And this will be Las Vegas. Believe the date is the 25th of November. So it's that Thanksgiving weekend, right? So we'll have Thanksgiving football, all that good stuff. And then Saturday night, fight night. So I'm looking forward to that, man. We'll dive into that a bit closer, a bit more as we get closer. But, that's it for us today. Any other thoughts you guys have before we wrap up tonight? I think it was a good show. What'd y'all think?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Don't forget to subscribe, share, just homies that love sports. that relate, want to talk about this, leave us a comment.
Yes, for sure, Brody. Jay, we appreciate you, man. Hopefully we'll have you back on next week. Hit us up, bro.
Definitely. Always good to kick it with you guys.
For sure. Now, well, that's it. That's all we've got today. This has been Sports Buds TV. Y'all be good.
Peace.